Good morning, students. Welcome you all in the class of English. Myself, Kamalnath. I am going to start you a new lesson, chapter 11, The Little Square Box. Student, this story is written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I am confident that many of you must be knowing this name, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. He has been very popular, very well-known detective writer, and his main character in all his novels were most of the novels were Sherlock Holmes, who was a detective and he played a great role in all his novels. It seemed to everybody that Sherlock Holmes was a real character, somewhere near real character, and readers enjoyed a lot all his novels in which Sherlock Holmes acted as a genius character playing the role of a detective. Here is another story by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Although this doesn't contain that character, this is not the novel or a story in which Sherlock Holmes can be seen, but still this story is very much interesting and curious, as you can see only how he writes the story, how he presents the story before you. As here you have seen the title, The Little Square Box. Certainly the story is based on the same little square box, but what is here in the little square box and why is it mysterious in whole the chapter for the speaker and for all of us who is reading this story, and what is at last, that is what very interesting and we will come to know. So let us see first here about Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. About the writer, Doyle was born on 22 May 1859 at 11 Picardy Place, Edinburgh, Scotland. This is what here the place where he was born on 22 May 1859. He was a great writer and physician. He was not only a writer, he was a cricketer also. He was a physician as well. He created the character Sherlock Holmes in 1887. This character Sherlock Holmes, as I talked earlier, was created in his novel in 1887 for a study in Scarlet. There was a book in that one. He had given this character a study in Scarlet. The first 4 novels and 56 short stories about Holmes and Dr. Watson. Dr. Watson was his friend. Sherlock here, Holmes' friend. Let us see. The Sherlock Holmes stories are considered milestone in the field of crime fiction. A number of stories in series only here. You can read wherever you find and you will be very charmed. You will be very much impressed by the genius, by the extraordinary investigating mind of the writer. So Sherlock Holmes stories are considered milestone in the field of crime fiction. He was an excellent cricketer and an even better goalie. He was a goalie as well, a football player, goalie. He believed in fairies. That is another interesting thing, that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle believed in the stories of fairies and in fairies especially. Arthur Conan Doyle was knighted, that was the title, knighted in 1902 by King Edward VII. Conan Doyle didn't like his own created character Sherlock Holmes very much. He wrote several novels. He created this character who became so popular and was assumed by the readers that he was someone alive, some real character, not any here imaginary or created by any writer. But later on, after writing several novels, he himself didn't like the character of Sherlock Holmes in his novels. In 1891, he wrote to his mother. What did he write? I think of slaying Holmes. Slaying means killing. Slay means kill. I think of slaying Holmes and winding up for good and all. Means I want to kill this character from my novel forever. He takes my mind from better things. Means he is diverting my mind to think here better, think fairly. His dramatic death on 7 July 1930 saw him collapse in his garden, clutching his heart with one hand and holding a flower in the other hand. So you can learn a lot only about this character, about this author in detail, searching the information, and you will find several important books about his life, about his work, and then you can just enjoy, you can learn more. Let us now see the story that is here, The Little Square Box. As in the beginning, it is here introductory paragraph for you given. The speaker is nervous man traveling from America to England. On board the ship, which name is Spartan. That name is a Spartan. He sees two men board the ship at the last minute and is immediately suspicious of the strange object they are carrying and their secretive manner in which they are talking, their activities, that makes the speaker very suspicious. And what are the two men planning? Will the speaker be able to stop them? Read on to solve the mystery of that little square box. What was the mystery? What was the secret? They were carrying the little square box. We were fairly started upon our voyage. Voyage is the journey that we make through water. Means when we are going through sea, air, river or sea, that journey, that travel is called voyage. We were fairly started upon our voyage. There was a general rush among the passengers in search of berths. They all were in a hurry, running here and there in search of berths. A pile of luggage was lying on the side of deck, awaiting their turn to be taken below. With my usual love for solitude. Solitude means to be alone, to love to be alone only. And so was the speaker. He also loved to be alone. So with my usual love for solitude, I walked behind this and sat on a coil of rope between them and the vessel's side. He was sitting on the deck. I was aroused from my daydreams, by a whisper behind me. When the speaker heard the whisper sound behind him, he became very cautious. He was alarmed. And what was the sound that he heard? Here is quiet place. Here is quiet place, said the boys. Sit down and we can talk it over in safety. We can talk here about our plan safety. There were two people and they were talking. One of them told to other. Glancing through a gap between two colossal chests. Colossal means here there were so enormous, so big. Chests are the boxes that is here transported or that is here made of wood only to keep here things. So glancing through a gap between two colossal chests, the speaker saw that the passengers who had joined us at the last moment were standing on the other side of the pile. They had failed to see me as I crouched in the shadow of the boxes. The speaker was bending on his knee only on the deck, and that's why those two people could not see the speaker. The one who had spoken was a tall and very thin man with a blue-black beard and a colorless face. His manner was nervous and he was excited. His companion was a short little fellow with a brisk hair, means he was comfortable, confident. They both glanced round uneasily as if to make sure they were alone. They just observed all around them so that they were safe, they were alone, no one was watching them. Well, Muller. It is clear here, one of them was Muller. Said the taller of the two. The taller told to the shorter man, and perhaps the man who was shorter in height, he was known as Muller. His name was Muller. We have got it abroad right enough. We have brought it here safe now. Yes, agreed the man whom he had addressed as Muller. It was rather a near go. It won't have done to have missed the ship. Our plan would not have succeeded if we would not have caught the ship. No, it would have put our plans out. Certainly, you are right. Our plan would have finished only if we would not have got the ship. Let me see it. Is no one looking? He questioned. No, they are nearly all below. Means all the people are below the deck, and so no one is watching us. We cannot be too careful where so much is at stake. Flying in, said Muller, and laid a dark object upon the deck. One glance, as it was enough to cause me to spring to my feet. With an exclamation of horror, the speaker became very afraid. He was filled with panic when he saw the object that was a square box he put on the deck, and so the speaker was filled with horror. Luckily, they were so engrossed in the matter, means both of them, both the doubtful persons were busy in such a way so that they did not see, they did not observe the speaker. So he is telling they were so engrossed in the matter on hand that neither of them observed me. None of them saw the speaker. So this much was what the part that I had brought for you today. What happens next? This part of the book I will explain you in the online class, and you are supposed to write down all the new words in your copy, learn them minutely, learn about the author that I have detailed in your class, and please you write down all of you in your copy, and I will discuss the later part of the story in the second part of the video, and surely you will be charmed, you will be very much fascinated when you will proceed towards the end of the story. Thank you, students. Thank you very much being with me and listening.